Today, we're going to be talking about Bigwings. Now, what is a Bigwing? Well, they're not actually called that, and there's no formal name for them. It's just an informal name I came up with for a group of mounts that have, well, big wings. Makes sense, right? I'm going to start this one off with a story. It was the summer of 2013, and we're around like a circle camping a boss. And someone was like, "Hey Fury, what do you think the next mount's going to be?" The next event was Sammy in 2014. I was like, well, we already have fell spines. The only other Halloween thing I could think of is a bat, so it's probably going to be a bat mount. And I was kind of right, we got this really ugly looking thing. I mean, it's an OP mount, and I did a review on it, but that's not the point. But that wasn't the only mount. No. They added a little incentive for chest buyers. 85% and higher mounts from chests were called Nightwings. And they had this face and this paint, but they had giant wings on the side. And it looked really cool. And the wings were also the same color as the paint, too. But anyway, I don't have a Nightwing anymore. I can't show you that. But I have the next big wing mount, which is a Winter Wing. And that was the event right after Yule 2014. They had wings then, just normal wings. But the Winter Wing was the incentive, because people love Nightwings, they brought it back. And it looks exactly like a Nightwing, just different colors. The thing about Winter Wings is different mount colors affect the wood and the wings. So the lower tier ones look really whack, like red and purple. They don't look good. The turquoise one's alright, but the best one by far is the Mythic White. And it has these little effects on it that's the exact same as a Divine Brooms effect. Times 2. And the last big wing is the Soaring Eagles, which was Oster 2015. But they look quite a bit different. The wings aren't as big, and it's an eagle instead of a bat. But it's functionally the same. For an attack, it shoots 2 orbs out, but Nightwings and Winter Wings only shoot 1. Weird, but that's just how it works. The main draw of these mounts is because they're really stylish. They look really neat and nice. And back in the old days, you'd sit around the fountain and try and cover up as much ground space as possible. Especially with a growth charm, you're gigantic. And you're really cute with a shrink too. With a high speed you go around really fast, that looks cool. I'll give you another point of view on this. Switch over my other alt. You can see that this is a really big mount. I can literally stand under it. Wingspan's far and all. So that wasn't the only reason for these mounts. They actually had a little diabolical use. You could use them to grief bosses. And you're probably thinking, how's that possible? It's just a mount, man. Well, watch this. See my cursor here? I'm going to click right about here. A little closer. Here, maybe? Here. See, I targeted myself without even touching me. I could probably touch up here and it'll work. Yeah. Or over here, maybe. Up here? The point is, these mounts make your targeting hitbox massive, and even more so with a growth charm. This also works with the Nightwing and Eagle Wing, but the Eagle Wing has a little bit smaller of a hitbox, so it's not as effective, but still is. So you just go right on top of the boss, and people will just try and click the boss and go like that and click on you. And I mean, I do have neat gear and all, but that's not what people want to see. They want to fight the boss. So the price of these mounts soared up because of that. People were paying millions just to piss people off. People were getting in trouble, sometimes even banned for it. And it got to the point where the creators actually had to make an option to stop that from happening. So you go to gameplay and hit filter other players. Then no matter how much you click, it won't click on you. But I guess for people who don't know, it could still work. But don't do stupid stuff and get you in trouble. Anyway, back to Fury. There's another little neat use of these mounts too. Let me put on a normal size charm, just so we could see ourselves. Before Nightwings, staffs didn't really have an animation, so you'd either do the animation, hold the staff in your hand, or you would just sit on the staff and no animation would play. But you still have lag from that. The thing about these Nightwings, Winter Wings, and Eagle Wings is that they made their own animations for them, just to make them look fancy, especially because of how they would deform if they didn't do that. So, there's only 2 animations total for it. You have a battle stance, which is used for picking things up and charging stuff, or basically anything. And then you have an attack thing, or buff, which basically just does that. And if you saw my animation canceling video, you'd know if you use 2 things that have the same animation in a row, then it will only play one animation unless it lasts longer than the animation itself. So since this only has 2 animations and they're both very short, you can do some interesting tricks. Like watch this. Firestorm, Firebolt, and I could just instantly walk away. And I was even charging the Firebolt as I was walking away, which is a really neat trick. Even faster than animation canceling. I'm sure there's other tricks you can do with it too, but Firestorm Firebolt's just the one that came to mind. It might even have use for PvP even though it's horrible stat-wise. I don't know. But all in all, Nightwings, Winter Wings, Soaring Eagles, great mounts for showing off style, and definitely one of the most popular of the special mounts. They're all still Eonable, but that doesn't really matter because anyone would love to have one.